Can you hear me? I can't hear nothing. I was gonna say I can't hear you, Tommy Guns, if you're there.
There you go, MLZB. You're the smart one.
Oh, I can hear you now.
There you go. I was like, my mic was working, but because I didn't add myself to the stage. Got the peanut gallery today. What's up, Inglorious? What's up, MLZB? Let's get this tutorial on the road, man. Holy cow. What a day. All right. Well, we got the mic. All right, let's go full screen. Nobody wants to see me. All right, we'll see if anybody else shows up. We'll see if we get any of the newbies. But yeah, so we're full. We're at 14 teams. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I sent Oregon's invite this morning. I had his email in my phone already.
Let's go. So, do you think the payout? Do you think that's good? 10 for first, 3 for second, and then third gets to keep their silver?
Well, that's fine. Here, I've got my ounce of silver here.
Nice.
And then I was gonna do 10 for winner, 14 for second, and I was gonna give. I got this half ounce of silver. I was gonna give to third place.
Oh, okay.
The Victory of Pacific half ounce.
Okay. Let's see if anybody else. I ain't got nobody here, so.
Okay.
I'm sure they're all hanging out over there, getting ready for the Owl's Nest or whatever they are. Mama T's got her.
Yeah.
So they can all come back and watch this video later. So we'll just tag it and send it to everybody later. But let's get started here. So for the newbies, a little refresher here. What you're going to want to do is go to your YouTube page, or not YouTube, go to your Yahoo page. And on your Yahoo, it should look something maybe like this. And you're going to find good information right here, like rookie running backs to watch. Over here on the right toolbar, your football rate rankings, projections. That's going to kind of help you figure out maybe, who to get right here. Your top running backs for the drafts. Ashton Jeanty, everybody's worried because he got negative a yard and 3 rushes.
Yeah, he had a tough start.
Yeah,
A lot of backups, I think, were in on the offensive line. So,
yeah, but I had the whole right side. The left side was starters, though. But, new quarterback, new system for all these players. I mean, you got to think about Geno Smith.
yeah.
It's new system, which he was there with Pete Carroll, so he knows Pete Carroll's system. That shouldn't be a problem. But Jainty's learning a new offense, a pro offense. So it'll take some time. The offensive line will take some time to gel, but I think Jainty will be fine. I'm not drafting him in the first round, that's for sure. But
No, I guess with 14 people, 14 might not be a bad spot for him.
Yeah, now I think about it, maybe at the end of the first round.
Yeah, 14 people. You got a lot of be a little bit different. Max I played was 12 before, so
yeah, I've 14. You're digging deep, especially as the season goes on, and the bye weeks is going to be really, really tough.
Yeah, better draft good. You might. I usually don't, use a strategy of only taking one quarterback, and then, I try to stack up as many wide receivers and running backs as I can to see who's going to turn out.
Well, and I'll tell you one thing, with 14 teams, one thing I won't be doing is drafting backups, because a lot of time you'll draft that handcuff.
Yeah, the handcuff. Yep.
You can't really do that with 14 teams, because I did a mock draft yesterday. I had 7 players with a week 8 bye. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how bad my week 8 would have been? But you just got to take that. I mean, I drafted the best players available. You're going to take that for loss, but it's going to be really hard with 14 teams.
Yep.
To have to draft a handcuff, and then you got 2 players not playing that weekend. That's going to be tough. So
the waiver wire is going to be critical this year.
Oh yeah, and I think my strategy is going to be once I get all my starters. I'm not going to draft their backups, but I might draft backups on other teams because injuries happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just saw one of the running backs yesterday is going to be out the rest of the preseason because he's hurt. So, you got stuff like that.
Yeah, the only thing I could say about 2 running backs, it actually could be Lions if you could get Montgomery and Gibbs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're going to get 2 studs.
Yeah, because they're going to split the carries no matter what.
Good morning, Bud Files. How you doing, Bud?
I think the Chargers, you got that Hampton, and then you got Najee Harris. They're going to be splitting a lot of time out there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But let's get through.
Yep.
So,
you
go to your Yahoo homepage. Kind of looks something like this. Now on the phone app, it's going to look different. But once you get it dialed in, so for me on mine here, I don't go to fantasy football. You can if you want to go find like rankings and do a mock draft. I recommend doing 2 or 3 mock drafts. If you want to get ready for our draft, then maybe do one of these a couple times a week until our draft. That way you kind of figure out how the draft works, how you can queue players, how you can set up. They also have the draft kit. You can click on the draft kit and print out their top 300 players. But for here, go to your fantasy home, and you'll see all of my leagues I'm going to be in. So here's my baseball. Then you scroll down, find my social hour, 8:24, 3 o'clock is our draft time. So here we are, social hour. And that's what it's going to look like. Here's all of our teams. Look at that, glorious. The last team right here will be Oregon.
Yep. Sent his out this morning.
So very cool. You can edit your team settings right here. So edit team settings. That just kind of changes your team name, your profile pic. Confirm league settings. That just confirms that you've read the league settings up here. Now if you go to league and go to settings, it will show you the point structure, how many points for a touchdown, how many points for a sack, how many points for giving up the fewest points on your defense, stuff like that. So you're just going to confirm that. Nothing really to do. Follow Yahoo Fantasy on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. They'll give updates. And they'll give you a strategy for drafting, strategy for players to pick up during the week, injury reports. Edit pre-draft rankings. I highly recommend doing that one. And what you do there is when you edit pre-draft rankings, here is the Yahoo default rankings. If you just go by the default rankings, it's not a bad thing. The only problem is they put all their quarterbacks first, usually because they score the most points. If you want to draft a quarterback first, nothing wrong with that. They score a lot of points. A lot of people will take, Jamar Chase or running backs, Robinson, Gibbs, Barkley. All this does is put players in the order that Yahoo thinks they're going to score the most points this year. So there's nothing wrong. If you just want to do that and do nothing else, that's perfectly fine too. I like to edit my pre-draft ranking. I like to go in here and I like to, I don't want to draft a quarterback in the first round. I can find a quarterback in the 4th or 5th round that's going to be almost as good. I definitely want Jamar Chase with the first pick. I maybe want Jahmyr Gibbs over Bijan Robinson. Or maybe I want Saquon Barkley, even though he's going to come down in points this year. But maybe I want Jahmyr Gibbs, and then I want Barkley, and then I want Robinson. So now I got my first 4 picks. What you typically want to do is have fill this up with as many players as you can. And when you sort by, I like to go top 300. And now I've got the top 300 players all ready to go. And I can go through here. I can get a little cheat sheet. I can use just my own knowledge or knowledge I pick up off the internet. Say Jared Goff gets hurt. If Jared Goff gets hurt, you don't want to pick him. So he's out for the year, or maybe you don't want to draft him at all. Like for me, I'll tell you right now, a player I don't ever want to draft again is Trevor Lawrence. I'll put Trevor Lawrence over here in the do not draft pile. He won't even show up. I'll put him over on the boo-boo list. That way I don't even think about wanting to get him, which isn't true. I would probably draft him if I needed to. He wouldn't be my starting quarterback.
With 14 teams and then a bye week, he might not be a bad pickup.
Exactly. I mean, he would be fine for a bye week. I'd have no problem with that. So that's how you edit your pre-draft rankings. Again, if you want to go, so scrolling across here, you've got the league. Click on the league, and it shows everybody in your league. And there's last year's. Vote for Pedro, first place, took it all. I don't know how you got an L1. And then I don't think it'll show last year's playoffs, but so then you see the moves. You see the teams that make a lot of moves. Big Dogs made a ton of moves. Your waiver wire position, if you want a player off the waivers, then this determines who gets first choice. So like last year, Lady B, if she needed a player that was released, she had first choice at that player. As long as they're not on waivers. Once they clear waivers, anybody, first come, first serve. So there's your edit pre-draft. Now, mock draft, I would highly recommend, like I said, go to a 14 team. I'm not going to click it because it'll take me to a 14 team. But click on a 14 team here, and you see like right here is a 14 team that's filling up. And it'll randomly put you in there in one of their spots. But click on 14 team right here. It will take you into the next available 14 team draft, randomly put you in there, and you will draft a team. I highly recommend it for anybody that hasn't done this before. Or I have, like I said, I did one yesterday just for practice, just to see what players were available when. And 14 team, it's pretty wild when you start getting about the 8th, 9th, 10th round.
Yeah, it is.
So then you can go here and you can go like transactions. Will show you players that were dropped that maybe you want to pick up. Trading list is a good one. You can go to trading list. That just shows you players that are on the trading block that other teams have put on the trading block or that you want to put on the trading block. Maybe you drafted too many running backs and you don't need 7 running backs. Then put the running backs you want to trade on the trading list and then put on there what you need in return. I don't know if it'll let me do it. Oh, yeah, it'll do it. So, yeah, so you can go over here to edit, and it'll edit when you have players. It won't do it now, but you can go to edit and you can put on there what players you want to trade away. Or you could click on a team you want to trade with. So, like Cash Money, click on Cash Money and trade him all your Cowboys.
I actually don't think that Prescott. I don't think he's going to be a bad choice this year, really.
No, not in a 14 team. He's definitely going to be a top 14. Definitely going to be top 14. League matchups will take you to where you're going to match up who you're going to play every week. So, like my first week, if the schedule stays the same, I'm going up against MLZB, and it'll show you the players you have available. Going to my team, there's no players right now, but if you go to my team, see it doesn't show. But this is the roster you're going to have. You're going to have one quarterback, 2 wide receivers, a running back, 1 tight end, 1 position that can be a wide receiver, running back, or tight end. So like Brock Powers, your 3rd running back, your 3rd wide receiver could go there. Maybe your 2nd tight end if you have a really good one, if you get back-to-back good tight ends. 1 kicker, 1 defense. You're going to have 6 players on the bench, and you're going to have 2 spots for injured players. Injured reserve for football is a little wonky. It's usually, 6 weeks?
I can't remember.
I think, unless they're on concussion protocol, then I think it's a week. I think it's 15 days. I don't know how it works for football. But you can put players that are on injured reserve that you don't want to drop. You can just throw them there if they get hurt and hold on to them. Now, if they're out for the year, I would just cut them.
I'd just drop them if they're out for the year.
But now I want to go back to the matchups because it doesn't show on your team until you draft. But this is what it would look like. You'd have your quarterback. You'd have your wide receiver, running back, tight end, flex spot. So your flex spot here could be wide receiver, running back, or tight end. Your kicker, your defense. And the cool thing about this is it will show your points projections. So it'll show your projections here compared to your opponents. It'll also show, if you go down, show bench players. It'll show your players on the bench down here. If you have a player on your bench that's projected to get more points than a player up here, switch them out. Probably 80% of the time, it's a good move. There's times I won't do it. Maybe it's just a point or 2 differential, or maybe the player down here has a slight injury or their offense just isn't clicking. Then I might go with the lesser projected point player and put them up there. But it's just a feel of the game. But that's definitely a big help right here. Definitely use this to your advantage. And it'll show on your team when you click on my team, and it'll show your schedule for the week. But yeah, check that projection right here. And if the player up here is getting fewer points than anybody down here on your bench, then swap them out. And all you do is over here, there'll be a little tab. You just click on that, and you just flip them back and forth. Miss Brenda's going to work. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you later, babe. All right. What else do we need to cover? Oh, Cash Money says he's taking it all down this year. What's up, Cash Money? You can try, Cash, but you got to get past me and Pedro. I'm just saying. We got a good league this year. This league definitely, year 2 is definitely going to be very competitive.
You can be more competitive with a lot of people with their first year. They know what they're doing now, so good for them.
Yeah, even with the
I like competition.
Yeah, even with the newer players, it sounds like it's going to be good. So, but that's pretty much. So I'll kind of show on my baseball. We'll go to my baseball here. It's kind of set up the same as football. So you'll have your schedule for the week. Another thing I like to do is my players. So here, I like to set up my tight end fantasy that little rover spot, tight end, wide receiver, running back spot. I like to put in the player that's playing the latest that week. So like Monday night, Sunday night, just in case something happens. I like to start my starters first. But so like here's my baseball. Baseball is pretty much the same as the football is going to be. So say you get down here. Let's say one of your wide receivers, let's just use this as an example. Let's just say your wide receiver is on a bye week. They're not playing that week, or they're hurt, or they have maybe you got another player with a better point projection and you want to switch them out. You're just going to click on right here and it'll light up all of the other wide receivers. Or if this was a running back, it would light up all the other running backs. Or if this was your flex position, wide receiver, running back, tight end, it'll light up all of the other running back, wide receiver, tight ends. And you can just click on whoever you want based on their point projection and swap them out if you wanted. So that's probably the hardest thing we had last year figuring out in our league was how to swap out players. So definitely you go to your team and just click on the player you want to switch out and then scroll down, find out who's lit up, who can replace that player, who's going to get more points, and then swap them out. Would you agree with that, Inglorious?
Yep. Only thing I'd say the best, it's easier because sometimes I don't know what people work or whatever. Just download the Yahoo Sports app on your phone. It's easier to change your lineup on the phone than on your computer.
Yep. So download the Yahoo app on your phone.
It'll be Yahoo Fantasy Sports.
Yep.
And then as soon as you download that, you go right in. Your team everything will be all set up for you.
Yeah.
You can enter through the draft right through there too.
Yeah,
you can draft from your phone.
Yep, draft from your phone. And then the other thing, so download the app, set reminders. What I do is like Thursday about 4:30 p.m. Sundays like 9:30 a.m. And then Mondays at 4:30 p.m. just to make sure that your players are playing. But definitely on Thursday. Most important is on Thursdays. On Thursdays, you should always check your roster and make sure you have no bye weeks, and then switch out all your bye weeks that week. So Thursdays is the day to switch out your bye weeks.
And then the order you'll pick will be 30 minutes before the draft starts. Yeah,
so 30 minutes before the draft starts. So that's Sunday. What time did we have it scheduled for? 4?
I think it's 6. Well, 6 my time. Or 6 or 7.
We'll take a look.
I have to go back and look. My time, so it'll be like 3 or 4 your time.
So, yeah, I go to settings here. Again, we talked about settings earlier. I'm still on my baseball. Let me go back to my football. That would make more sense. You like my name in my other league? Pete.
What's it say? I can't.
It's Pete Carroll for president.
Pete Carroll for president. There you go.
And then my other one, just win for Pete's sake. And then I got one more for Pete's sake, just win, baby. All right, so we're going to social hour. Go to settings in your league. So here we are. So yeah, 3 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. So 6 o'clock on the East Coast. You can add it to your calendar, remind you. You have 1 minute to make your draft pick. Very important. I mean, just for fun, let's do a just real quick. So like I say, go to mock drafts. We'll do a mock draft real quick.
Yep.
just to kind of show the people how to do it. And then go to 14 team, and it'll put you in the first 14 team available. I got pick number 4. Crap, that's a tough spot. Could be worse. I'm guaranteed one of the top 3 running backs. If Jamar Chase goes first, then the worst I'm going to get here is Gibbs or Barkley. So the draft starts in a minute here, you see. And then you can run a test system to make sure your computer, or even you can do this on your phone too. You can. So also you're good to draft, right? So definitely do that before our draft. Make sure you run a system test. Make sure your computer doesn't have any bugs that'll keep you from drafting. So this draft's going to get started here in a couple of minutes. This is what it looks like. So again, right here, just see it. So here's the run test system. So you run the test, checking compatibility. Yep, we're good to go. So definitely do this before our draft. You definitely want to make sure your computer can handle the draft. So in here I got the 4th pick. Now these, all of this here is going to be different than our league. Just ignore all that. You would just draft how our league would. But so now the draft is loading. What's up, Kid Rips? How are you doing this morning? Long time no see, my friend. Hope you're having a great Sunday. You got any cool cards lately, Kid Rips? Have you ripped anything cool lately? So the draft is going now. I'm going to show you what to do in our draft. So when you get to our draft, you have a queue up here. What you want to do is queue as many players as you can. So I have the 4th pick. I want Jamar Chase first. I want Barkley second. Maybe Bijan or Gibbs. We'll just do Gibbs third. Bijan 4th, and then just go on down. It's going to fill up your queue up here in the right. So that queue up here in the right, it fills up your players. So you're not scrambling when it's your turn to pick. You're going to be ready to go. Jefferson, and then there's a queue for question. All right, what's wrong? So you can click on the little notes right there. So he had a hamstring injury last year or 2 years ago, cost him 7 games. Just tells you the notes about him. He doesn't have Kirk Cousins this year.
JJ McCarthy.
I mean, he's got JJ McCarthy. Now, maybe I'd take CeeDee Lamb over Justin Jefferson just because.
Yeah, because of rookie quarterback. Well, it's the second year, but basically a rookie, pretty much.
So I might go CeeDee Lamb. And then say you want Christian McCaffrey because he catches the ball and runs the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah, this is a PPR league, so you get a point per reception.
So
you want versatile running backs.
You know, Nico Collins is an absolute stud down there with C.J. Stroud.
Yeah. I think Ladd McConkey is going to do real good this year, too.
Ladd McConkey is going to be a beast because he's he's got help at wide receiver. I know they lost Puka, but I mean, he's. Devontae,
I think Allen's coming back too.
Yeah, Devontae's going to have a 1,000-yard season. They could have 3 wide receivers with 1,000 yards. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So I got my mock draft. I got the 4th pick, so I'm guaranteed one of my top 4 here. And then after my pick, I'll load up for the next one. So here's your countdown up here. 8 seconds. I like Malik there. I like Brian Thomas over Ashton Janty. Then I'd probably go back and put Jefferson. All right, so here we go. Chase, Barkley, Robinson. I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs. And then you just click on him there in your queue, or you can click on him down here. See how it changes up at the top there, everybody? But if you have him in your queue, you can click on him in the queue and just hit draft right here. That's all you do in the draft right there. We're off and running. Let's let this run and see how I do. How's your vacation, Inglorious? You having a
It's good.
start?
It's my second day.
Very cool.
Just been getting yard work. I cut the grass, did a bunch of yard work, got caught up on my laundry because I've only had 2 days off in the last 30-some days. I've been busy at work.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, we did yard work yesterday, and we're both regretting it today because of allergies and the smoke in the air. We're all dying.
Here in Michigan, we've been getting a lot of fire smoke from the Canadian fires.
So A-Chain's probably going to take a step back, but I still like him. But I'd probably take Jacobs over A-Chain. Did you see a little comment Cheetah made about A-Chain? Well, he didn't make it about A-Chain, but yeah, so Tyreek Hill said they asked Tyreek, what would you do on 3rd and short? And he goes, no running backs. So then A-Chain got on Twitter and commented, really, Cheetah? So, all right, so I got 12 picks to my turn. I only got one player left in the queue. He's going to be gone, so I need to fill it up. So I do like me some Jacobs. I've already got a running back. I'm going to look running back or wide receiver at my next pick. Probably Puka. I do like Drake. A-Chain. I do love me some A-Chain. Taylor had a good year last year, but, man, they're quarterbacks. I just don't know with the way things are in Indy, man. They're just –
Well, I think got his name. Danny Dimes is going to take the spot.
I do too, but I
think your wide receivers are going to do better with Danny Dimes than they are Richardson.
Brock Bowers was just drafted. Wow.
Huh?
So he went towards the top of the second round.
If I knew he was going to repeat like he did last year, I don't know if I'd take him that or I get this is a 14-man league, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. That might not be a bad pick. I don't know who's still available, but
so 3 picks to my turn. I just queued up Lad McConkey. He'll probably be gone. I'll Chase Brown. Trey McBride would be. Oh man,
he just don't get a lot of red zone. He gets a lot of receptions and yards, but he just don't get a lot. I think he have 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns all last year.
He only had 2 touchdowns and 3 receptions. He did have 22 targets ranking behind Kelsey. So I don't like anything else I see here. Lamar is too early. T. Higgins is all right, but T. Higgins I do need a wide receiver. I'll probably take T and just wait on. So I clicked on T, go up here, draft him. If you don't have anybody to draft, it's just going to take the next available player. That could really hurt you. But I'll take T. Higgins. I'm pretty confident with 1,000-yard.
Yeah, he'll get 1,000 yards and
8 touchdowns.
Yeah, 6 to 8 touchdowns probably.
So compared to, Trey McBride about the same, but I can find other tight ends that are going to be sneaky good. All right, I got my wide receiver. I got my running back. Let's see. Marvin Harrison Jr., I do like him. Mike Evans is just a machine, but I think he's fine.
I think it's going to catch up with him sooner or later.
Yeah, but what a stud.
Yeah.
Best player at Texas A&M ever.
Yeah, he had 10 straight seasons with 1,000 yards.
Yeah. And he missed 3 games with a hamstring last year. Forgot about that. But I think Godwin's returning this year, and Baker Mayfield. He's
gonna miss the first couple spots. But that Ibuka, they say he's probably gonna be the new number 1.
Right.
For what I've been reading, but that can all change the time it starts. But
James Cook is an absolute dumpster fire. Avoid him.
Was that in Buffalo?
Yeah, 16 rushing touchdowns, but isn't he holding out right now, or isn't he being crabby? Or
they got that Davis I like.
Yeah, Ray Davis. So James Cook's he's got a little grumbling. Let's see. I would like to snag another running back right here. My turn's next. I don't like Kenneth Walker. I've been burned by him too many times. I don't like Chuba. Breece Hall. I don't know.
I would say I had Breece Hall last year. He did. I don't think he's bad. He gets a lot of receptions. That's in the PPR league. I'll go with him.
Yeah, he does.
My opinion, but I had him last year. He didn't do too bad.
Here you go. James Conner last year. I kept waiting for him to fall apart last year, and he never
Yep.
did. So.
Nope, he never did.
James Conner. Yeah, I kept waiting for him to let me down last year, and he never did. He just kept trucking all year because I had him the year before, and he let me down. But sometimes Breece Hall definitely let me down last year. Now maybe now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, he might get the ball more. I don't know.
You got Justin Fields, and I think it's you probably better go Connor. I forget, when you get more than mobile quarterbacks, it takes away a lot from your running back and your wide receivers, in my opinion.
Connor's just in a better situation because they run that RPO down there with Kyler. Got better options. Just, I don't know. I just think the Jets haven't figured it out yet. Xavier Worthy's one I definitely want to queue up. I would definitely get him as my next. After what he did in the Super Bowl.
And then who knows with Rashid Rice if he keeps getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if the NFL is still going to come down with suspension. I imagine he's going to.
But there's Montgomery. I'll queue him up.
Doing like 100 some miles an hour and wreck his vehicle and leave the scene.
Yeah. I think Cortland Sutton's going to have a good second year.
Yeah, I think you can do good with Bo Nix there.
Devontae, I love Terry McLaurin. I've loved him for the last 4 or 5 years, man. He just doesn't get – I understand why he's upset. He just does not get any love. The fans love him.
Yeah.
But ownership but he's also turning 30.
Yep.
So that makes it hard. But Cliff Kingsbury as his coordinator, Jaden Daniels as his quarterback, I've already got T. Higgins. I'll take a chance at Scary Terry. Kamara, I don't like. Devontae Smith, he was up and down for me last year.
Barkley was sucking up all them carries.
Yeah, he's not even projecting 1,000 yards receiving, which I want 1,000 yards out of my second receiver if I can. George Pickens in Dallas, he's not going to be – he's just a basket case, but –
yeah. I think it does good for CeeDee Lamb. Maybe take some of the pressure off for him.
I do like Pickens because I'll tell you what, one thing I learned from Dallas, they throw a lot to their secondary receivers.
Yep, because everyone's on CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. And I've always drafted Dallas's. I can't remember their other secondary receivers, but they've always done well. They've always been sneaky good. Metcalf, I don't know about Metcalf. Oof.
The Steelers, he can be their main option. But I think Aaron Rodgers is just retired.
Yeah, I don't think. Metcalf's a big target though. That's the only good thing.
Yeah.
Rodgers can put it up for grabs, and Metcalf can go get it. So, I kind of like Metcalf. They're better than Justin Fields throwing him the ball, I guess.
Yeah.
Not as good as Geno Smith throwing him the ball. I wish Metcalf would have gone to the Raiders. That'd have been wild. Him and Geno. So he's right at 1,007. Zay Flowers, I think, has a little injury. DJ Moore, keep waiting on him to do good. Tony Pollard, I heard Tajay Spears for Tennessee is out for the rest of
training camp.
So Pollard could step up and get more carries this year if that turns into a big one. But he does have a rookie quarterback, so that could be too.
And he didn't look very good in his first preseason game.
Yeah.
That Cam Moore didn't look good at all yesterday.
So either they're going to hand the ball off a lot with a new quarterback, or they're going to be throwing a lot because they're behind and he gets lost in the shuffle. But I got 2 picks to my next pick. I got 3 wide receivers queued up. I would be happy with any one of them. I think Xavier Worthy. He's not projected to get as many yards as the other ones, though. But I just think he's going to have Sutton's probably a safer pick, but I think Worthy is the home run pick. So I'm going to take Worthy.
Yeah, because I think Rashid Rice will eat into it a little bit, but I just don't know how long he's going to be suspended for or whatnot.
True that. All right, so next up, let's see. I got 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. I could start looking tight end. I could look another wide receiver running back. I could look for a quarterback. Here's one thing for the newbies. These 2 positions right here, wait until your last picks.
Yep.
Don't be in a hurry to draft them.
Last 2 picks.
Don't even.
You might want to take that Minnesota kicker after this. He kicked a 70-yard field goal in preseason yesterday.
I saw that.
Holy smokes.
That was a bomb. All right, so we got I don't know anything about RJ Harvey, so I click over here on the notes and it tells me projected mid-round pick.
Yeah, he's rookie for Denver.
Strong offensive line, worst running backs in the league. They did sign J.K. Dobbins, who's nothing important. I
think eventually he's going to take over the role, but
so one thing, they were 4th in the league last year in pass attempts to their running backs. Good. Oh crap! It's my turn to pick, and I'm not ready. Here we go. All right, Calvin Ridley in Tennessee, yuck. Caleb Johnson, yuck. Olave, yuck. Pacheco,
I don't think he's going to be, as long as he don't get hurt, he should be all right.
Oh, he's recovering from, isn't he recovering from a broken femur? Or?
He broke his leg. He came back at the end of the season last year.
I'm going to go DeAndre Swift.
I don't think that's going to be that bad with, what's his face, Ben Johnson going over there. You see what they do in Detroit. He's going to do about the same stuff.
Well, and here's what I look at for my flex guy. I want my flex guy to have 1,000 combined yards. So here's 866. Here's 238. That puts him right at 1,000 yards plus 7 touchdowns projection. So if you look at that, that's the same stats as, almost the same stats as. Who am I looking at? Well, Xavier Worthy. That's the same stats as Xavier Worthy. That's not bad. All right. Travis Hunter got cooked. So now I got time. I got 13 minutes. The hard part of these drafts, if you're in the top 4 or the bottom 4 of the draft, you got to be ready because your picks are coming quick. But Aaron Jones Sr. is still there. He should be the number 1 guy in Minnesota, I think.
Yeah, I can't think of who they picked up.
I mean, it says he'll be in a good situation.
I know in the draft, they drafted another wide receiver with their second pick. Their first pick was a lineman. Yeah, the second pick, I think it was Ty Felton.
I mean, for my backup right there, I like Bijan, but he just didn't do enough. Now Jordan Mason here, he's the backup for Aaron Jones. I think Jordan Mason will get like 3rd down. So, but for a backup,
yeah, they might be running the ball a little bit more. We got McCarthy, inexperienced quarterback, so it might be running a little more. Might not be a bad pick.
Still got Jerry Jeudy down here. Like he's still projected to get right at 1,000 yards. He wouldn't be bad for a backup wide receiver. Mark Andrews is there. What's Mark Andrews' projections for? Maybe I take my tight end right here. Why am I in Justin Fields? I clicked Andrews. Mark Andrews. 681. Maybe I'll wait.
Yeah, I'd wait.
Maybe it's time to take Bo Nix right here. Look at that. Bo or Dak. Ooh. Because they won't get back. They might get back around to me. One of them will. So one thing you can do too, like I'm looking at quarterbacks, you can click on all players right here and go to quarterbacks. And if you want to draft a quarterback next, like how do they have Justin Fields ahead of Bo Nix, Dak Prescott? That's crazy. Kyler Murray. And go to the projected points too. There you go.
Matthew Golden gone. He's projected to be the new number one wide receiver in Green Bay.
I saw that.
I got his autograph right there too.
Heck yeah. Dude, I can't wait to get that eBay lot I showed you. That Tet. Got that Tet and Bo Jackson. All right, well, somebody took Bo Nix from me. So I'm looking at Baker Mayfield. I don't. I'll wait. I'll wait for my next pick. I'm gonna go. You can go average draft rank. Oh crap! I'm Jordan Mason, Justin Fields, Travis. I'm gonna go Jacoby just because I think he's gonna. Pretty good little receiver for the Raiders. I think Geno's gonna do him good.
Who's the Raiders' number 1 wide receiver now?
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers?
Yeah. Well, Brock Bowers, but
yeah, I was gonna say it's Brock Bowers.
But Jacoby's gonna be. I think Jacoby's gonna be what Geno Smith had in Seattle. So I got one more pick. Now I definitely want to draft a quarterback. So Baker Mayfield is a stud. Caleb, Drake May, Herbert. Herbert's offensive line's a mess. He's got Mike Williams back who doesn't catch anything.
I like that Drake May. He had over 500-600 yards rushing, 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns, and then he came on.
Baker's the safer choice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think Drake May, another year in the league. I just hope he doesn't have that sophomore slump. But, yeah, I'll take Drake May. So,
yeah, I don't think – and then you see the –
how did I get Justin – oh. I got Justin Fields because I didn't –
oh, you didn't take him out of the queue?
Yep. Well, he was the next available.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with Justin Fields.
When I clicked on Drake May, I didn't go up here and hit draft. So, oh well. Rookie mistake. He was the next highest rated quarterback somehow.
Yeah, I think he's going to do good. And see that Henderson, you see the running back they drafted, running back that kick yesterday, first play of the game?
Oh, yeah, 100 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah, make kickoffs great again. All right, now we got to start looking. I got everything. Now I got to start looking for backups. Before I do my backups, I'm going to fill that tight end. Then I'll start looking for backups. So I'm going to go to tight ends here. Find me a tight end. Let's go. Projected points. Who's the highest? Tucker Kraft. I mean, he's okay. But one thing about Jordan Love, I don't think he
spreads the ball around a lot.
Yeah, he spreads the ball. I mean, he did get 700 yards last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else? I can't find small print. I can't see.
So Evan Ingram, Tyler Warren.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Ingram had the most receptions out of any tight end. I think either last year or the year before. And now he's going out there with Bo Nix.
Yeah, it was last year he didn't do anything.
And Sean Payton likes his tight ends. If you remember with Graham in New Orleans, and I can't think of the other tight end they had too there that did good. I just read a couple articles about saying he should do pretty good with Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Sean Payton likes tight ends. They run a lot of 2 tight end sets.
Ingram last year had a hamstring injury.
Yeah, so I think it was a year before that he had the most receptions out of tight ends or something.
And then week 14, he didn't play the rest of the season because he tore his labrum.
Yeah.
So, but you got your old boy, Jake Ferguson here. Cash Money's going to draft him in the 3rd round. His set out 3 games for concussion.
He was hurt last year a little bit too.
Hamstring. And they do have Luke Schoonmaker, who was a 2nd-round pick. So I think they really like Luke over Jake when it's all set.
I might go with the Kraft.
So Kraft, Tyler Warren.
Yeah, he'd be a rookie. He was their number 1 pick. I think, as long as they got Danny Dimes and not Richardson throwing the ball,
100%. Yeah, if they got Daniel Jones, I definitely wouldn't mind Tyler Warren because he threw the ball to the tight end a lot in New York.
Because if you look at receiver numbers when last year when Richardson was in there, all the receivers' numbers were down, and then who came in when they benched him, and then the receiver numbers went up. when you get to mobile quarterbacks, it hurts your numbers for your running backs and wide receivers.
Warren 6'6", 261. I haven't seen this guy run. Can he run? That's a big boy.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to end up getting that auto when I got the Colts in the break. Leonard, I was going after that Tyler Warren.
Let's see. Dallas Goedert's going down. Too many weapons in Philly. I mean, Loveland went 4 picks before.
Yeah, he's a first-round pick, but they still got he could be the you know what, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I like him just because I'm a Michigan, I live in Michigan. He was a real good player at Michigan.
Loveland is recovering from shoulder surgery, so that could slow him down to start the year. Plus, he's got Cole Kmet.
Yeah, that's what they got Cole Kmet. They got lots of weapons over there for the Bears.
And the Bears had the second fewest passes to tight ends last year, so that definitely Hunter Henry.
That can change. That was last year. You got Ben Johnson coming there, and he likes tight ends. Look at Sam Laporta numbers.
I think Hunter Henry.
Yeah, a whole new coordinator coming in there. I think the Bears are going to be just because I see them a lot, because they play Lions twice a year. They're going to be, as long as Caleb pays out, he's got a lot of weapons.
Well, Ferguson just went forward. So it's between Warren and Hunter Henry. I think I'm going to pair Hunter Henry just because I was going to draft Drake May. But
yeah, that was Drake May's number 1 wide receiver, even though he's a tight end last year.
So he did have 66 receptions. Not big on the touchdowns, but he'll get you every game. He's not going to hurt you every game. So I do have. So all right. So I got 2 quarterbacks. I did get Drake May. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got Justin Fields, but anyways, all right. So now it's time to fill the bench spots. Let's go back to all players. Let's go to the expert rank. Hampson for Cleveland, Javonte Williams. Could be a sneaky pick. Sheehy, Jerome Ford, Michael Pittman. I got to pick Michael Pittman. He's my pick every year. I met the guy.
Like I say, if Daniel Jones is in there in Indianapolis, that Michael Pittman ain't a bad pick at all.
No, he's
But with Richardson, his numbers are down.
He's my USC guy. Met him at a funeral. Super nice guy. I will always root for Michael Pittman. Good dude. All right, so now I got my first wide receiver backup. I really need to go heavy on running backs. So let's see here. Jerome Ford. I like Jerome Ford when he's playing, but they drafted.
That's the Browns, right?
Yeah, they drifted Judkins and Sampson.
And Judkins is done. And then they got, what's that guy that always breaks his knee? His name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So Cooper Kupp's still there. I might take him just because he's best. Dalton Kincaid is still there. I think Kincaid could step up. I already got a tight end, though. I really don't want to go back-to-back tight ends. Look at that. J.J. McCarthy and C.J. Stroud are still
I think C.J. Stroud, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, so I may
I would have took Stroud over Fields.
Well, I mean, that was a –
yeah, I know. It was
an error. But, I mean –
yeah, I know. I'll just –
definitely would have waited. Keon Coleman. Darnell Mooney. Trey Benson's still available. I like Trey Benson.
Yeah, but you got Connor in there.
Yeah. But that's the thing is I got Connor as my backup. Do I take Benson?
Oh.
I mean, I got Connor. Do I take Benson?
You could handcuff it.
But then I have, because we know Connor, he's getting
That would be
injured.
tough. Remember, 14 teams that have the same bye week.
I know. And right now I'm looking at Gibbs and Connor both have the same bye week. So if I take Benson, he's going to have the same bye week.
Yeah,
so,
I would avoid that one.
So let's go. I need a running back without a week 8 bye week. Well, Tyler Algier. Quentin Jerkins. Kirk is in Houston now. Eckler. Man, I don't like Eckler.
In Washington.
Well, this is one of those where you draft him now and worry about it later. I'll worry about it when week 8 comes. I'll make a trade by then.
Or you might get lucky on waiver wire pickups.
All right, now where are we at? Holy cow. Cedric Tillman. Braylon Allen. I think Braylon Allen, he's not going to. They have Isaiah Davis. Oh, my goodness, it's so tough. All right, Christian Kirk. Why not? A&M guy. In Houston, they like to air raid it. All right, we got 2 more bench spots, and then we can go kicker defense. If anybody's watching this, I hope you're enjoying it. It's a good little tutorial right here. We'll have to email this link to the newbies.
Yeah, I know StackANN was asking me about it and stuff.
Yeah. So she can watch it and kind of learn what to do.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I got 2 wide receivers with week 10 buys. Holy cow. But I do have Pittman with 11. So I need a wide receiver that's not week 10 and a running back that's not week 8. All right, let's go. Running backs. Garendo. Oh, crap. My pick already. Jalen Wright. Man, I don't like any of these running backs. Rico Dowdle.
That Dallas.
I guess I'll take Braylon Allen.
Yeah. You never know what his face could get hurt.
Yep. Okay, now I need a wide receiver that's not week 10. Joshua Palmer, Quentin Johnston. Oh, that guy.
You can't catch.
Yeah. Romeo.
I got one of the.
Thielen's probably the safest.
Yeah.
Jack Beck for the Raiders. The little Swiss Army knife. Xavier Leggett. I'm going to go Thielen.
I'll go Leggett, maybe.
Yeah,
Or Thielen.
I'll go Thielen. For my bye week. All right, now I need a kicker and a defense. All right, I'll do kicker next. Kickers. In this one, I go 50 field goals and more. Here we go.
I'll go Aubrey.
Will Lutz. Fairbairn. We'll get more. Let's see here. Dicker the kicker. He's projected at the most points because he kicks a lot of 40 and 50 yarders. So I'll probably go Dicker. Let's see here. 148 Jake Bates. Bates playing indoors. I like that. 148 points. I like that.
Yeah, I like Bates, but he just
Carlson.
coach goes for it all the time on 4th down. Don't kick them field goals.
Fairbairn. Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm going to go Cameron Dicker, the kicker. That dude absolutely blasts. Last year he had 9 field goals over 50 yards and 11 over 40 yards. That's a lot of points.
Yep. 4 and 5 points.
Cameron Dicker. All right. Now let's go. Oh, crap. My last pick, defense. Projected points, Dallas, Miami, Green Bay, San Francisco. Dallas, Micah Parsons is a bum. Miami, I just don't know if the defense is good enough. Green Bay, I'll go Green Bay. That's my team. I clicked over here on teams. So how did I do? I'm projected to come in 7th.
I'm almost done with this and go to the store.
All right, so quarterback 7, wide receivers.
All right. Almost done.
So there's my team right there. Draft results.
like a winner.
That's it, everybody. So if you got any questions, email me or Inglorious. We'll help you out. Be kind of cool if we could figure out how to do a mock draft and invite everybody, but that's really hard to do. So, but that's how you go through a mock draft. That's how you set up your team. That's how I think we covered everything. If anybody's got any questions, though, email me or Inglorious. We will help you step by step through it.
Help as best I can.
I'll do a couple of more of these before the year's over. Before we draft too, I'll do a couple more of these just so people can pop in and figure it out. So, but yeah, I'll email this link to StackANN and she can watch it at her leisure. I'm gonna go head over to the Owl's Nest though and check them out.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head to the store with the wife.
There you go. Enjoy your day.
All right, you enjoy yours.